Good evening and welcome to Wednesday night. I think I have unmuted myself, so once you can hear me straight off the back, welcome. I hope everybody's had a lovely week so far. It is Wednesday once again, and the week has come around really quickly again. So, just before I jump in and start saying hello to people that are putting in comments up already, and the lovely people here in the lobby, in the members as well. I do ask people to help me spread the love, invite your friends and family to join in, because you never know when somebody may get a message or something that may resonate with them in that way. If you are watching it from anywhere else bar my time TV TV live, I should say, .live, certainly do jump over into my time TV, and that way I can see your comments here in the background, as well as we've got my mum here saying hi to everybody. Hey mum, and we've got the lovely Tiffany here. I certainly will come back and answer questions, and we have the lovely Diane saying good evening to Leanne and mum, and excellent, and Lynn has just jumped in as well and saying good evening. All right, so I will get around to answering some questions. I do have a subject that is sort of coming up with spirit at the moment. So I want to touch on that, and I'd love your feedback and let me know how you are feeling. Don't forget to hashtag and let me know where you are watching from as well. So something that has sort of come more to the forefront lately, and is certainly coming up with conversations that I have been having with people either at the fringe shows, and I must say I am very grateful for those people that have come out to the fringe show over the last 8 shows, and the two more to go this Friday and Saturday, but are proud to say, I'm very honoured to say, that it's been sold out. Let me just mute Jen. So Jen, I'm just going to mute you, honey. Okay, beautiful. So, as I was saying, this weekend both shows are sold out. So, out of 10, we've got 4 sold out shows. So that's amazing. First time ever that we've had a sold out show with the Fringe. So, thank you to everybody that has come along and supported us in that way, or supported me, I should say, in that way as well. But what I really want to focus on is we're seeing a lot of people with anxiety and depression. And let me know in the comments if you are somebody that does suffer with anxiety or depression. It doesn't matter if it's slight or it's quite advanced. But the reason why I'm wanting to sort of share this is in the sense that this year, or we have moved into a period and are going to continually to move into that period, probably over this next decade, is my feeling, where people are starting to open up. People are starting to move more into that light, loving energy, and starting to see more of their intuition, their clarity coming, themselves opening up to the energy of what is our intuition in that sense. So we are finding a lot of people, or I have been seeing, I should say, over the last probably 10 years of reading for people, that a lot of people that come to me that do experience anxiety and depression at certain times are quite often very intuitive in themselves. Now, when that happens, what happens is spirit tries to get your attention. So when you're in tune with your intuition, or it is quite open, because we all have intuition. We're all born with it. We're born with what I call a clean slate. So we come into this world, we're innocent, pure, clean, whatever, however you want to put it. Okay. We are a sponge. We learn from those people around us. We take on other people's ideals. We take on their religion, their belief system, whatever it is that they know and they live their life by. So it's kind of put onto us. So over time, a lot of people will do close off. babies from birth right through to about the age of 10 to 12, you quite often commonly see are very intuitive. They will talk about people that have passed over, or they may not have even met that people, or they might tell you stories. And it's that feeling they know things, but you've got no idea how they know it in that sense. Okay. So as they grow, they learn, they take on others' beliefs and whatever else it is they're educated on and stuff like that. So to check on the mute buttons. Um, they will, take on those beliefs and they will lose that clarity, that connection a lot of the time. A lot of kids these days are sort of holding on to that more so, but they are finding that they're experiencing anxiety, depression, because spirit is trying to connect with them and give them information, the signs, the messages, but they're not understanding it or they're not wanting to know. Okay. And there's a very fine line, and please know that I am not trained in medical in any way, but and it's only what I can only give what spirit shows me, but what I do see in a lot of not just children, adults as well, is they're diagnosed or treated like they have mental health issues, okay? Mental health is huge, and my heart goes out to those that do suffer with mental health and those that balance life with it as well in that sense. But at the same time, that it's I believe it's quite easy to put down intuition and what they experience as mental health, because we do hear voices, we do see things. So you can really see why it is the profession, like the medical profession, and different people will jump to the more scientific side of stuff and look at the mental health rather than looking at the intuition. But when we start to understand how spirit actually works and how they connect with us, you will start to understand why people do hear voices. It's not necessarily schizophrenia or any of those professional terms they put or conditions they put on it in that sense. Now, I'm not saying this goes for everybody, because there are people out there with mental health. There are people that are diagnosed in the right way and treated in the right way. But I really needed, well, spirit needed this to come up today, because more and more people are starting to open up, and they are starting to realize they do have anxiety, but a lot of people don't wanna talk about it, and because we don't talk about it, we don't get the help, or we don't learn about it as much in that sense, okay? I'm a big believer there's no shame in mental health or having anxiety or whatever it is that we live with. It's who you are. It's what makes you who you are today. It's how we cope and balance whatever it is in our life, whether it's illness, whatever the challenges are, we are given these challenges to learn and grow by. So, know if you are somebody that is triggered with anxiety or depression, I guess what I'm sort of where spirit's coming from is look at what triggers it. What is setting off the anxiety? What is being put in front of you? What's happening in your life at that moment? Is it possible that, yes, spirit's trying to get your attention and you're not understanding or not knowing what it is they're trying to tell you, or even how spirit works? Because let me explain first up how I get a lot of my information, because a lot of people don't understand how we do get our information. And for me, and I can only give it to you as the way I get it and how it works for me, but we all work differently. So know the way that I work may be a little bit different from the way that you get your information. For me, my strongest point is my knowing. The knowing without knowing, the thought process, the thoughts that come in that took me a very long time to realize it's like they're my thoughts, it's my voice, but it's not my information. There's no reason why I should be thinking that way or why I would know that stuff. I do hear stuff at times as well. So spirit will give me words, like I'm hearing somebody's voice that would be normally talking to me, but I don't hear it on the outside of the ear. I hear it on the inner ear, so deep within. Sorry, guys, I'm just gonna find where that sound is coming from. Somebody has is unmuted. No, I can't see it. That's all good. There's a bit of scratching happening. It could be spirit, who knows? Um, so so like I said, I hear deeper within my ear rather than on my outer ear in that side of it. It's that knowing without knowing. It's just you know something, but you don't know where it comes from. You feel it, empathic stuff as well. I'm quite often will take on other people's pains, emotions, whether it's a person that is in front of me or it is somebody that is in spirit. There's to me, there's no real difference between the two of them in that sense. I will still feel that. So there's many, many different ways that we can get information as well in that way. Can you guys hear the scratching? Maybe let me know in the comments. All right. So no, nobody else can hear it. The girls down in the green room are shaking their head. No, that's okay. So it's obviously something happening on my end. But yeah, so, if when you're getting the anxiety and you're starting to feel things, take note of what's going on. Look into it deeper because it may not necessarily be mental health, okay? It may be your intuition that you are feeling it. So, and now I'm not saying that, like you don't have mental health. I'm not here to challenge the medical field and the professionals in that sense, but spirit is wanting people to start to realize that we are starting to open up this year. To me, it kind of feels like it's a mass awakening. People are needing to start to um, listen to what they are getting and become more in tune with themselves. And that's a big thing and a big lesson in itself is becoming in tune with itself as well. Mum's just saying the fringe has gone really quick. It has from week 4 this week. Um, so take note what it is you're feeling. You may be feeling emotional, but it might not be your emotions. You may be somebody that's an empath like myself and others that take on other people's pains just by or their emotions by being around them. All right. So let me know in the comments, do you suffer with anxiety or depression? Do you feel things and not understand why you feel it? Because a lot of the time when it is as stuff, we will know that it's as, okay, because we connect with it in a different way. But there's times that we will feel things that we know don't understand why we feel it that way. And that can be very much around that anxiety and the depression. All right. So let's just say hi to a few people here as well before we jump down into the room. But I would love to know what it is that you guys feel. Do you think you are intuitive? Are you not sure? And that's fine if you're not sure. If you say no, that's totally fine because not everybody is open or in tune with that energy to be able to read, to connect and have that understanding of it or be open to have that understanding as well. So we've got Mary here saying, good evening, darling. I'm sorry, just realized that I'm not getting your emails anymore. Okay, honey, I will check into that. All right. Not too sure what's going on there, hun, but I will have a look. Roz says, yep, we do work with the spiritual realm a little different. Each of us are, as individuals, connect in our own ways with spirit. And that is so true, Roz. Thank you for that reminder. But we all do connect in our own way. And those that have experienced my workshops and my teaching, you would have heard me say a lot. We all have our own way of connecting. I'm not here to teach people on how you have to do it. I teach from the point of view that I'm here to help you work out how you work and how to strengthen that. And sometimes people pick up bad habits and stuff. We can get sloppy in no matter what we are doing, but it's about practicing it and fine tuning it to be the strongest that we can in whatever ability it is, not just necessarily intuition. It could be anything that we are doing in our lives. Nicole says, "Well, that's very interesting. I've never started suffering from anxiety until about a year after my mum passed away in 2013. I see her in my dreams every now. I think it's supposed to be now and again, but lately I have been seeing her and other past family members a lot more in her dreams." Okay, so that is a very common, honey, to connect with spirit in our dreams, because what happens is when we're dreaming in that dream state, we are more relaxed, we are more open. It's like we don't go so much necessarily into that fight or flight mode. So when something is happening that we don't understand or control, that fight's not going to take over. We're in a different level of our dream where we are more relaxed, we are more open. So you will find that some people get a lot more information in their dreams in that sense as well with that. So I love the fact that you know that your mum's there, hun. And you are also now seeing other family members. So take it a step further. Ask them in your dreams, what is it they want you to know? Do they have a message for you? You can have those conversations. And when we are in that dream state, sometimes we can wake up and not know what it is that we have, the messages that we've got, or remember what actually happened. And that's where it can be really good to have a notepad and pen beside your bed if you want to remember that stuff, or a journal. Like you might want to have a dream journal or something along those lines where you can document stuff as well. Okay, there's times that in my book I will write things down because spirit will come through with a message for me, and it might be guidance for myself or an idea or something that they want me to focus on and to put that energy into, where I might just scribble it down. I might write a message, like a quick note for me to go back to later on with. So there's many, many different ways and times that we are going to get it. So well done, Nicole. And we've got Tashi saying good evening. Tammy is here saying yes. So I guess that's yes to maybe intuition. Sorry, I can't remember what the first question was. Yep, can't hear any scratching. Oh, thanks, Roz. Yeah, I don't think it's my headset, honey. Okay. And we have Rosie here. Hey, gorgeous. How you going, hun? All right. And Diana is just saying depression and anxiety, had it for a long time. Okay. So, Diane, I want you to think about it. When that anxiety and that depression flares up, or something, you might be fine for a while and then all of a sudden start to experience it a little bit more, I want you to think back to the last time that it was in heightened, and think, was there a trigger? What was happening? What did you feel around that time? All right. Because sometimes the signs are there, the patterns are there. There might be something that triggers that anxiety that you're missing, you're not getting the message. So it sort of heightens it in that way. All right. So go back, think about that. Now, I also want to make the point also, please, if you do suffer with mental health or anxiety, depression, and you don't feel that you have that control over it, or you need help, reach out. There are hotlines out there. Seek medical help or whatever it is. Okay, I'm not saying, and I'm far from any expert on the subject as well, but I'm not saying everybody is intuitive. If you've got anxiety and depression, that it is intuition, because there are people out there that do truly suffer from mental health issues and maybe or may not be diagnosed. So I'm a big believer in go and talk to people, get it checked out, sort of thing, in that side of it. But I also feel it's really important to trust our gut instincts too. All right. And so hopefully that sort of clears that up as well. Tash says, what sort of spirits are in my home? What do they want? Okay, let's get back to that. Oh, no, let's touch on that at the moment. Okay, honey. I feel there is energy in your home, but it's more so connected to the property of your home in that sense. Okay, I would sage your house, cleanse it. So if especially if that energy makes you feel uncomfortable, do the saging, do the process like that. And if you need to know how to do that, please do let me know, and I can explain that in a bit more depth because there's other things I want to do and sort of focus on tonight. But yeah, I just get the need to cleanse the energy. Okay. Um, okay, so Tash has anxiety and depression. Okay, thanks, honey, for sharing. I really appreciate that. Um, Rachel says, yes, I sometimes feel overwhelmed by other people around me, how they are feeling. That's the empath side, honey. Okay. And let me know in the comments, are you somebody that doesn't like to be in a crowd? Because quite often when we are intuitive, we struggle being around large crowds or noise and stuff like that because it becomes overbearing. We take that energy on ourselves as well. So that's another part of it. Okay. Especially even like just walking into shopping centers can be overwhelming. They don't necessarily have to be full of people, but you can get that residual energy that gets left behind with people coming and going all the time. And we pick up on that as well. Ross says, oh, I forgot to say g'day to everyone here in FBL or Facebook land. Thanks, Ross. Wonderful. Rosie says she feels her late brother Jimmy here with me. Beautiful. I love the fact that you're feeling his energy. Okay. It is really important to acknowledge that stuff. A lot of us feel that stuff but don't realize that that's their souls actually with you in that way. Okay. Mary says, Leanne Winston, psychic and coach, is a great teacher or mentor. Thank you, honey. You are a beautiful student. And I love the fact and love watching you grow and expand your abilities as well, honey. So it's a pleasure to have had you as a student. Victoria says, hi tonight, may I have a message or a card? We will get to that stuff very shortly. I just want to make sure I say hi to everyone. Thank you so much for replying to me. It means so much. I love seeing her. She looks happy. I definitely tried to talk to her more in my dreams. Beautiful. Excellent. Know that we can also speak out to spirit. We don't necessarily have to use our voice. We can use our thought process. We can have that conversation in our mind. When you do that, whether you feel that you're intuitive or not, speak to them out loud or in your mind. Trust what you get back. So trust what you feel, you think, you see, you hear, you know, because that's basically how spirit does work in that sense. That's the short way of explaining it. So a lot of us will say things, but all of a sudden get that thought. That's what it is that we're picking up on. All right. Lynn, anxiety, especially when I feel I'm not in control. Okay. So, honey, do you feel that you could be intuitive? Or do you feel that it is based more so around not having that control? Okay. So it's a matter of breaking it down in what we are feeling in that way at the same time. I just want to sort of focus on the comments that aren't necessarily so much about asking for a reading at the moment. So Melinda says, yes, I get much in big shopping centres. My head hurts. So you feel the pressure in your head. We can feel their energy in so many different ways as well. So, hey, Mari. Rachel says, yes, I do struggle, but saying that I work with children and the energies from the lightens, from them lightens. Yeah, beautiful. Kids are how can I say this? It's like they're born as a clean slate. And it's as they get older that we start to see different ways and behaviors and control and different things, all that stuff come in that they get educated with and stuff like that. So kids' energies are quite interesting. I find them, I love sitting and having a conversation with a child and getting into a deep conversation with them because they can be quite fascinating. But you can also see, especially in the old souls, you look into their eyes and you see that wisdom within them, and the way they talk, the way that things come through, can be quite fascinating at the same time. But when we are working around people, or we have people around us that drain us, it is really important to protect your energy as well. But that's a whole different thing altogether. And Diane says, "Thank you, Leanne. Getting help from professionals. Beautiful, honey. Well, keep up the good work. All right." Marie is saying, shopping centres are overwhelming for me. I used to struggle with that years ago after I hurt myself at work. I started having panic attacks when I had to go into shopping centres. So I was living in pain, but I was also overwhelmed by the energies in there as well, and pushed well out of my comfort zone as well. Beautiful. I can see we've got a scammer. Guys, please don't answer those people that ask you to inbox them. Just report them to Facebook and block them. Okay. So, Fiona, I think I said that right. Sorry, honey, has social anxiety. Now, that's really interesting, honey. My feeling is that if you were to sit down and be around somebody that is emotional, or you're watching a soppy movie or whatever, and the music comes on, and you'll find yourself getting emotional and taking that stuff on as well. So my feeling is that you are an empath in that way, and that's why social anxiety would kick in, because you've got so many energies in one small space that become overwhelming in that way. So, all right. So we've got Marie says she works with young disabled adults. They are similar. Yeah, they are. Those with disabilities can be very intuitive, okay? But a lot of the time they can't express what they're actually feeling in that sense. So it is quite interesting. All right. So, okay, we've got quite a few more coming in. Thanks, Roz. Appreciate that. Phoebe, you are very welcome, honey. And thank you for those people reporting and blocking in that way as well. So let's jump in and let's unmute the lovely Ali and bring, oops, I pushed the wrong button. Bring her up. Hey, hon, how you
Hey,
going?
good. How are you?
I am really well. It helps when I get my buttons in the right order.
So good to see you.
You too. How's your week been?
It's been really interesting, actually.
In a
So
good way?
yeah, in a good way. Like
Good.
yeah, like this subject that you've been talking about, like I'm so passionate about because I work in
Yeah.
mental health. And like I'm going to do like that training I did the other week in Canberra.
Yep.
Flying to Uluru in a week and a half to deliver to
Oh.
community.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Excellent. How exciting.
I know.
Yeah. Do you want to, well, I should say, are you able to explain what you see in mental health from in the people that you work with? Because
Yeah,
mental health affects us all in very different ways.
yeah. So I am an Aboriginal mental health practitioner. So I work with young people between the ages of like 0 to 21.
Yeah.
And like as an Aboriginal person, we're very connected to culture and to spirit.
Yeah.
And so being able to connect to spirit, some people like we often get misdiagnosed with like mental health issues when we're actually in contact with spirit.
Exactly.
And yeah, and I was misdiagnosed when I was younger because I was classed as like having anxiety. I do have anxiety now, but for
Yeah.
different reasons.
But you're also intuitive too.
Yeah, and I think when my anxiety is really heightened, I'm more intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's more to the forefront.
yeah, and it's really important to like to acknowledge that, um, especially with the Aboriginal community, like cultural phenomena, as I like to call it, is so powerful and so important to us. Like it connects us to everything.
Yeah, for sure. And I find it like I've had a few clients that are Aboriginal, and I find reading for them, their guides work differently. The elders and different all that different sort of beliefs and levels of stuff in that is, but I find it so fascinating in that sense. It is very different, but very fascinating. But to me, it takes you back to the roots, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
It goes back to the old time sort
yeah,
of stuff that has come through that over time has been a little bit lost in one way or another sort of thing. So to go back to those and connect with the Aboriginals that really go back to their true roots, it's quite empowering. I love it. I find
yeah,
it very fascinating, and there is some amazing people out there doing work in those areas.
yeah,
And I'm sure, like yourself, you have seen also some of those people. So I know I've worked a little bit with some of the Aboriginal women, and just what they do for their communities is so empowering.
yeah,
It's incredible. So it's great to know that there are people like yourself out there supporting that and keeping that alive in
yeah,
that sense. So
yeah. And like I just, yeah, I love doing what I do because like I encourage the kids that are really struggling to reconnect to culture because it refills their cup and they get so much more from it.
yeah,
And yeah, often they're misdiagnosed and they just need that reconnection.
that's it. And actually that's a good point too, because when you said that about teaching them to reconnect, I think it's really important for us, no matter where we come from or our beliefs, to actually take a step back at times and connect with our roots.
Yeah,
Remember where we've come from and the journey that we've traveled at the same time. Because when we do connect back to our roots, that's going back to that clean slate, so to speak, sort
yeah,
of thing, of the way we came into this life in that way. So it's all the clutter that we gather along the way that can throw us off that sort
yeah,
of pathway at the same time. So yeah, I just love it. I'm like you, I find it very fascinating,
yeah.
sort of things. So I can
And
see
I'm
you in
really
your
really looking forward to getting this new training out, like being able to deliver it to like the Aboriginal community, like all over Australia.
well, that's it, and that's the thing, you're not just touching one life, you're touching
Yeah,
many. So to
yeah,
give them the tools to be able to help make themselves better, or to have that, or find that balance is probably the best way to put it, is quite empowering sort of thing at the same time.
yeah.
So
And being
yeah,
able to, so the training's not specifically for Aboriginal people to learn about Aboriginal mental health.
yeah,
It's for everybody to learn about how to connect with our people and like help reconnect the ones that are really struggling and point them back in the right direction.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. Because it's that feeling they get lost. We all get lost somewhere along our journey at some time, but it's how we realign ourselves,
yeah,
sort of thing, is what really matters. How we move forward, what we learn from that, sort of thing. So, but I just love the fact that they've got that ability to go back and reconnect with that very strong, empowering spiritual side of them, because they are very spiritual.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whether, it's those that the elders that have passed over, this, like, spirit sort of thing, or even the ones here that are in those roles in the physical form.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to actually see and watch you grow on this journey because I can see the passion in you and the change in you when now that you've found what it is or where you fit in that same time, because you've been on your own journey to
Yeah.
get where you are, but you've had to travel that at the same time. So,
It's
so
made
it's
me stronger.
exactly, very
Yeah.
true. That's it. So,
Yeah.
and sometimes we don't have the tools in ourselves to realize that we've had to go down that pathway, that journey to find that inner strength to help us grow and move forward from it. And I
Yeah.
think, yeah, certainly the way the last 12, 18 months has been, I
Yeah.
think it's challenging across the world that we've been forced to find that strength. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that
That's all
because,
right.
I think it only takes a message to get across to one person to make a change in their life and help them to make a difference,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So, yeah. Did you have a question you'd like to ask, Hun?
Yeah. When is he going to step forth?
It's coming. It's not too far away. Have you had a conversation with him lately?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I be right in saying he kind of avoided that subject a little bit?
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
It's
that he's dealing with things, but he's driving me mad.
That's what men are good at, isn't it?
Yeah.
My feeling is there's things stirring within him. So
Yeah.
there's emotions coming up, there's things that he's realizing, things that he's healing from, that he's treading lightly, carefully at the
Yeah.
moment because he's working through that process. He's very much a thinker, very much somebody that has closed down or had to close down in the past. So, and you're encouraging him to speak out. So it's uncharted waters for him, but I do feel that it's still very positive.
Yeah.
In
I keep getting the message every bloody day. Patience is a virtue. It comes into my head every day.
that reminder, oh, don't you love it? It's all to do with the timing. That's
Yeah.
what I keep getting. It's all timing this year. It's
Yeah.
very much everything's happening and it's happening for a reason, but it's the timing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really interesting. So my feeling is he's just going to go blurt one day and it's all going to come out.
Yeah.
And you'll be a surprise when it does.
Yeah.
A good surprise.
Yeah.
Excellent. So be patient.
I will. I hate it.
Yeah. I hate that word with a passion
Yeah.
because I am not. I'm the sort of person that didn't just want it yesterday or last week. I wanted it last month, last year
Yeah.
type of thing. So,
It's taken me a long time to get to this point of finally opening up my heart to allow somebody else to come in. And
that's it.
yeah, now I'm impatient.
Yeah. You just need him to catch up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he just needs to let you into, I wouldn't say his heart, but more his head. It's
Yeah.
his head that gets in the way,
Yeah.
not his heart. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that also comes from, his background, where he's come from,
Yeah.
what he's experienced. So, exciting times is the reference I get. I
Yeah.
feel this year's going to be a big year.
Yeah.
So,
I do too.
I love it. Beautiful. Well, I wish you all the very best with it and good
Thank
luck
you.
over in Northern Territory. I'm
Thank
sure it's
you.
amazing. I'd love to get over there again.
Well, hopefully I get a room with a view, and on the Wednesday night you can see Uluru. Like you'll be able to see the rock, hopefully.
I climbed that rock, I think I was all of like 8 years of age,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So it has changed so much, but I would love to go there. Even to see the night lights, the sky lights sort of thing
Yeah.
would be, I guess you've got to pick your time of year to go for that, but
It would
that's
be good healing for everyone to see if I get the background.
Yeah, beautiful. Well,
Yeah,
we will be hanging in there waiting.
cool.
If not, you might have to just send me a picture of the rock.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Well, the time we were there was about a month after Lindy Chamberlain went missing. The baby
Yeah,
went
the
missing.
baby, yeah.
So that's how long it's been since I've, been over there.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Well, safe travels. I'm sure
Thank
you're gonna
you.
have a ball and be very successful at it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. You
You look
take
after
care.
yourself,
I
and
will, thank you.
I'll see you on the screen again in a week.
Yes, I look forward to
Me
it.
too.
Okay, bye, hon.
Bye.
Beautiful. Oh, that is certainly a place I would love to go again, is Ayers Rock. All right, let's bring the beautiful Dee up. She's next on my screen. Hey, honey, how you going?
Good. I'm just cruising along.
Beautiful. You're heading in the right direction. That's a good
Yeah.
start.
Yep.
Excellent. How's your week been?
Impatient.
Another one that's impatient.
Yeah, no. We got to the second round of one job, but we haven't heard anything since. And it's like, oh, please, I'm missing him.
Yeah.
It's costing a fortune having one up there, one down here.
Yeah.
I just want to be together and to do the normal things like mow a yard, unpack,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Share the load sort of thing. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that you're feeling that stuff, honey. Just be patient. Don't get disheartened because you haven't heard anything as yet. So, things take time. People aren't always in the hurry that we're in.
No,
sort of
they're
thing.
just they're taking their time, and I'm like, is it that hard?
Yeah. Well, my husband has just recently started a new
Yep.
job after 12 months, unemployed with COVID shutdown. His job, I think from the time he had his first interview to the time, and there was different interviews, I think there was
Yep.
about 4 or 5 different stages he had to go through. Took something like about 4 or 5 weeks before he started.
Holy.
Things. So it was a journey, but it was certainly worth the wait. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it
We
doesn't help.
the second step we did on it was our aptitude
Yeah,
test, and they were doing the questions, and he was doing them, and I was like, okay, that's me out.
yeah.
If you've got 2 cogs and one cog turns this way and one cog turns that way, how many cogs? And I'm like, yeah, okay. Fail.
That's in depth.
Oh, it was, and he was getting it, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, that's it. You need them to go opposite to be able to make what's behind it.
Yeah, and
Move.
how many times does this cog have to turn to get the black spot to land here? And I'm like, I don't really
Oh
don't
god.
care when the black spot lands as long as you get the job.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's all lined up. But yeah, you get into your resolutions and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I kind of got a little bit of information about that. My dad was a fitter and turner
Oh,
when he was working, so I worked for him for 6, 8 years. So I grew
all
up
I
with
know is that if it doesn't loosen one way, you do it the other way.
that's it, exactly. Whatever makes the wheels go round.
Yeah, so I'm not impatient. I'm just
You're just ready for the change.
yeah, I've sort of said to him, unless you have to come down now, you're not going to be able to. We just can't afford it.
Yeah.
Reality is money's hard, and I don't want him to get a job that he hates just because it's high money. I want him in a job that he likes.
That's it. Something he's gonna be happy to stay in.
Yeah, he deserves that. He's put in the hard yards and he deserves it. But every morning I've been getting up saying, I want him to get the job at such and such and such and such.
Let's change it. Let's go, he has the job at this time and is starting on this time. So what you're doing is you're putting wishes to it. You're not
Yep.
making it a direct thing. So
Oh, okay.
because I'm very big on manifestation, as you know,
Yep.
but it's not how we manifest it. It's not what has to fall in place for it to happen. My belief is these days is focus on knowing what it is you want,
Yep.
when you want it, and why you want it. So focus on him having the job, it being
Yeah.
his. See it being his. Like, I want to move house. I'm
Yeah.
already seeing myself in the house we're going to
Yep.
be in, how I'm going to move stuff and what I'm going to take from this house and put into the new house, and where I'm going to work from, and all the areas I can work
Yep.
from throughout the house, type of thing. It's gone from dreaming it to actually feeling it's so real. Like, when I think about it, I see myself in it. I feel myself in that
Yeah.
situation, sort of thing. So feel him being home, feel him having that balance, the job that, he's passionate about, something that's going to lift him and support you as a family in that
And
side
that's
of
the
it.
hardest thing, is that he is so talented in so many areas. Like, he is just a labourer, but
Yeah,
he has got
that's stuff.
the knowledge of a plumber, the knowledge of an electrician,
Yeah.
a fitter and turner. You know,
Yeah, he's handy everywhere.
he is, and he just
My
blows my
dad's like,
mind just how much knowledge he's got stored up there. And,
yeah,
you can say to him, well, you know, like, we bought a truck that didn't work properly. I'll just take the Pentac off it and put it on the boat trailer and make it into a Pentac trailer. And I said, yeah,
yeah,
well, that was my vision as well. But anyway, but I didn't see the vision of it. I saw the end product, but he saw how to do it.
yeah, yeah.
It just,
That's
something
it.
goes wrong. He sits down and you can see his brain ticking.
Yeah, it's like my dad's the same. It's like he can look at something from the outside, but see how it works on the
Oh,
inside. He
yeah.
knows, it's like they reverse view
Mm.
things. It's probably a good way to explain it in that
Yeah, and I
sense.
can say, I want this to go here, I want that to go there, and he'll go, it's not going to fit.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yeah, it is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. And then he comes in and he goes, I'll just cut here, and it's like, oh,
It goes,
bloody hell.
yeah.
It fitted,
I love
you know.
it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So focus on it, the job. Focus on it. He's living home with you. Like, he's
Mm,
made the shift. He's got the job. He's going off to work and stuff like that. So even though at the moment he's away, if you can focus on that, because what you're doing is you're bringing in the hope, but you're also bringing in the doubt and,
yeah.
the frustration. Because when we move into that frustrating energy, it is a low vibrational energy sort of
Mm,
thing. So if you can sit in that higher vibration energy and feel like you're already living it,
mm,
what you start to do is you start to bend time. You make things happen. You allow space for the magic to take over, so to speak,
yeah.
in that way. So just sort of look at how you're putting it out there in that sense as well.
Yeah.
I'm very that's the
I'm
wording.
I am sort of at the stage where I am limbo.
Yep.
So
And
your
it's
mind
frustrating.
wanders and then you come back and you go, yep, I know he can do this. I
Yeah.
know
Well,
damn
you got
well.
no doubt. Yeah, you got no doubt. You just
Yeah.
need somebody else to see that
Yeah,
sort of
it's
thing.
just like, just give him a goddamn interview and see how talented this person is, From the outside, he looks rough, but boy, has he got his knowledge.
Yeah. But
You just, I'll crawl up there and stamp my feet and, hey,
I
but,
love
no,
it. So,
we're holding together. We're being positive, like, hey, did you hear anything today? No. Oh, okay, it'll come,
yep,
you know?
that's it.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm a big believer, like I was just saying with Ali, and Ali was sort of acknowledging it too. We are needing to learn to be patient at the moment, because
Yeah, and
I
it's in virtue,
everything's
though.
timing. Yeah. Everything's in timing this year. And I honestly feel like we as a universe are
Mm,
starting to break through some really big things. Like I was saying to a client today, my feeling is things are going to start to move in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Yes.
We're going to see those shifts and start to experience the massive stuff starting to move in. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds really, really exciting. And just have someone so positive go into the community.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
wow.
it. Yeah. But see, like, even myself, like, I don't even know how to explain this. Like, I was driving from my home into town, which is not that far from where we live, really, today, and I'm driving in, and I'm just thinking, we're not going to be here much longer. We're not going to be in this
Yeah.
house. It's that feeling like I've already disconnected from it, sort of thing, and ready for what is to come, and it's major change, sort of thing. So, it's like I'm just being shown or told it's there, but you just need to be patient. You need to trust. Trust
Yeah.
trust and surrender is a really big thing, and it's really important at the moment. And the more we can align ourselves and sit in that compassion, loving energy and allow that stuff just to happen, to take place. Like I said before, we don't need to know how it has to or how it's going to happen. We just need to allow it, like, know what it is we want, focus on why we want it and when we want it, sort of thing. So,
Yeah,
and I know
I've got this feeling that, like, I'm going up to Cairns in a week and a half.
yeah,
I've got this feeling that when he does have to come down for an interview or whatever the next stage is, it's going to be at short notice.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an online interview over Skype or Zoom
Oh, that
or
would be
something like
wonderful.
that, so he doesn't
Yeah,
actually have to travel. So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's do you see it in the next couple of weeks, or I
I
can
see in the next
see,
more month, I would say within the month is
yeah,
what I'm being told to, so within the next 4 weeks.
because I'm supposed to be in Cairns not next week, the week after for 3 weeks. And
Yeah,
I'm thinking, for some reason, I've got this gut feeling that I'm going to be coming back down with him, then driving back up with him,
yeah,
because I've said to him, it's taking its toll, Dale. You can't keep, it's a 16-hour drive, and he
yeah.
does it straight through.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's a lot.
it is. He's coming down on a Thursday night, 16
Yeah,
hours, and then he goes home on a Saturday or a Sunday,
yeah,
and he's exhausted. He's
yeah,
tired.
yeah,
It's taking its toll. And I said to him, next time when you have to come down, I'm coming down with you. I'm
yeah.
driving with you because it's just getting too much.
Yeah, well, it's a spare, fresh eyes and everything like that, somebody to share the drive with, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
not that I'm
So,
much good at driving, but yeah.
yeah, so change that thought.
Yeah.
So, see it the next time you do it. See it the last time you need to be doing it. Feel it that,
Yeah.
this is the last trip, sort of thing. And when you really allow yourself to feel it and be in that energy,
Mm,
it's amazing the difference
yeah.
things happen. All right.
Exactly.
So,
Thank you.
positive thoughts. You are very
It
welcome,
is,
honey, and
and
all
I'll
the
keep
best.
manifesting,
Yep,
and I'll
exactly.
try virtue
Don't
and patience.
Yep, perfect. But remember, don't focus on, we need this to happen or that to happen. Focus on why it is you want it, what it is you want, and when you want it.
Yep.
Okay? Not the small details. Because we waste too much time and energy putting our focus into that, and that's when we bring the havoc in.
Yep. I
We
just
just
want
need to
him
trust
here,
it.
safe and happy.
Exactly. So
That's
see
what I
that.
want.
Feel
I
him
will.
laying in bed next to you at night.
Snoring.
Yeah, that's it. Just
Yeah.
imagine it, feel it every night, sort of thing. So make it happen. All
Yeah.
right, honey. Wish you all the best with
Okay.
that.
Thank you. You take care.
You're welcome. You too, hun.
See you
Thank
later.
you.
Bye.
Bye. And that's the thing. I think we put so much energy and focus into our dreams and what we want, but we forget on how we've got to make it happen, sort of thing, because we do need to be active. We do need to bend time, so to speak. So, all right, let's bring Stacey up and say hello. Hey, hon. She
Sorry,
walked away.
I was
Hey, how you
at
going?
Sydney.
That's good. How was your trip?
Oh, so long.
I bet. How many hours did it take?
We did it in about 24, so we stopped over one night.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
So you're all settling in?
Yeah, I decided because I just don't stop that I would paint the whole interior of Dad's house. So I've been
Poor Dad's probably not knowing what's in him.
I'm my own worst enemy. I honestly am.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I can relate to that at times. It keeps us going.
It's been like emotions have been a bit up and down, but it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's a big change for you and the family sort of thing and Dad at the same time, but it's good that you've got back and you're safe, so that's good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Did you have a question you'd like to ask, hun?
Just like at the moment, I'm going through a lot of old stuff, and I've got the job of mum stuff and all that sort of stuff. So, if mum's got any messages to pass to either me or Dad,
I think it's on the screen for you.
yeah.
Ali knows you so well. Beautiful. So, I get the reference to it's really important to acknowledge your feelings, your grief as you're going through things. Because my feeling is, as you're doing this stuff, when you do actually slow down a little bit and take that breath, that's when things are going to catch up with you. So it's bringing up emotions and stuff. But she's happy you're back where you are. So, and that Dad's got that company as well around him. I get the reference to Mum's positive you're going to keep him in line. With that way. So, but at the same time, I think Dad's got a bit of peace of mind that you're there too. So I get it sort of goes both ways in that side of it. But pride and love. When you're going through things, make sure, especially paperwork, make sure you're going through it with fine detail because I get the reference to being careful not to throw away things with meaning sort of thing. So I get Mum was all over that. She was the one to take care of a lot of stuff. So there's stuff there that Dad doesn't even remember or know that's there at the same time. Okay. What would the stars mean to you?
I tell my kids that Nanny's a star in the sky.
Okay, because I'm getting acknowledge the stars.
Yeah.
So that's where she's going with it. So are you noticing the stars more that you're back?
Not really, no. Like I haven't paid much attention. I did on the way home one night. We stopped at a truck stop, and I said to my husband, like the stars were just incredible. Like I don't know what stood out to me, but he like, and he's we're away from city and all of that, but it was something about it that just come to me that like they were amazing.
Yeah. So that could have been a sign that you're on the right path too. That's why, they could have been really standing out in that sense. So I love it. But yeah, I just get smiles. I get the love and pride that comes through from Mum with a hand on her chest. So that's my sign for that.
Yeah.
So, but like Ali said, you need to stop and breathe occasionally.
Yeah.
So, whoops, you dropped out there for a second with the sound, hun.
I don't know how to stop and breathe.
My feeling is when you do, that's when it all catches up.
It is,
Sort of thing. So,
but like, and
yeah.
it's like the conversation you were having before with like since I was mainly since I had my daughter, I started with really bad health anxiety.
Yeah.
And so she ended up in hospital, and they thought that it could be, it was suspected meningitis. She was a week old, and it scared the absolute crappers out of me, and it went from there. So it slowly got better. I got on the right medication and stuff like that, and then came back a bit when my son was born, and then I completely come off my medication about a year and a half ago, and then just gone in January. I think it was around Mum's 1 year anniversary. It all came up, but it wasn't regarding my kids. It was regarding me because I'd been through losing my mum, and it was like, like these health issues, and I need to get on top of that because I don't want my kids to go through the same thing. But in the same way that you were saying the intuition side of things, I think that may have been mum a little bit pushing me to go, you need to watch your health and take care of you a little bit more.
Yeah, that's it. And this year is very much about nurturing us and taking care of ourselves and our health. And it's funny because probably the last 6 to 8 months, a lot of people are needing to focus on their health, like there's little things coming up, sort of thing. I believe that's their way of pulling us up to say, hey, take a step back, start bringing the focus back on ourselves, because this next decade is very much about the need to focus on ourselves. And when we do that, the things around us, our family, our loved ones, are all going to fall into place. They're going to follow that lead, so to speak. So, I look at my calendar with my bookings. I'll go, like, I could be 2 or 3 weeks ahead with my bookings, and then all of a sudden it slows down. And I go, okay, I know now that Spirit's way of saying, okay, you're going to come down with something. You need to take a break. You need a rest, sort of thing, because I ignore it. I keep pushing through like you do.
Yeah.
But they've got to a stage that they kick my ass and they force that change, that focus on the health sort of side of it, sort of thing. So, yeah, it's just learning to find balance.
Yeah, and especially like you said, being an empath, sometimes it is so draining.
It can be.
Like, I could imagine like yourself working in the field that you do, like feeling that way would just some days be unbearable.
It can be, yeah. But over time, I've got to learn how to balance that, how to protect my energy. And that goes for everybody. If you are an empath and you do feel yourself taking on other people's energies and pain, emotion, and stuff like that, it is really important to learn how to protect your energy at the same time, because it is very draining, sort of thing. And if people want to learn that, I've got in what are we in May, 1st and 2nd of May in North Adelaide, I am running a beginners workshop class for 2 days that teaches people on how to do that. So there's information on my website about that if people want that sort of thing. So it's finding that balance.
Need to get Ali to do some Reiki for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So Reiki's an amazing thing. So beautiful.
Excited to have it done.
Yeah. I do it on myself. I do it on my kids at times. So it's even better when you've got somebody else to do it for you.
Definitely.
I love that. All right, honey. Well, can I leave you with it? So yeah, just take a breath. No, please, you're home safe and sound.
Thank you. And you have a good week.
I will. Thank you very much. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, gorgeous. And that's the thing. A lot of us are forgetting to, oops, you come back again. A lot of us are forgetting to nurture ourselves as well, because you know what? We are the vessel. Our bodies are what keeps us going. So if we can align our minds, our energy, we've got to do the physical side of stuff as well. Now, just before I do forget, for those people that have already ordered their deck of the Inner Soul Guidance Oracle cards that myself and the gorgeous Deb have designed throughout this COVID period, please know we got exciting news today. They are sitting on the docks ready to go. So they are printed. So we are really excited. So we would expect them to land here probably within the next couple of weeks, sort of thing. So I don't want to jinx it. But if you do want to order a deck of cards, please go to our website, innersoulguidance.com.au. You can pre-purchase your deck there and we will ship them out the moment they land here at our doorstep. So if you get in early, that way you are guaranteed to get a deck in this first run. We were pretty excited because the publisher actually got a deck in their hands in early this week, a couple of days ago. I know our packet is coming for us to view sometime within this next week, but she has already indicated they are looking at registering them with a international, I think it's the international awards for Oracle cards. So she thinks it's got a very good chance of scoring quite high across the world in Oracle cards. So Roz is doing a happy dance. I know she's excited. I think Roz was about the third person to purchase a pre-sale in our pre-sales on that. So I can't wait. We've got gorgeous Sarah here saying hi as well. And Ali can't wait either. Wonderful. All right. So please do jump over innersoulguidance.com.au. We do have a Facebook page as well there if you are interested. Those pictures don't actually do the cards justice because each card is the outline of the picture either has a gold or a silver metallic edging to it. So when the light shines on them, you actually get this beautiful bright gold or sharp silver sort of outline to them as well. All right, so let's quickly just say hello to the gorgeous Jen before we finish up because I know we are over time. So, hey, honey, how you going?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, thank you. Had a good week?
Up and down, better than last week, but
Well, that's good. That's a good start.
yes, it's only slightly better than last week, but still, I'm going to take the improvement.
Exactly. Heading in the right direction is the reference I get with that.
Yes.
So
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, is it? Happy, it is too. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I can't even get my words out. I think my tiredness is setting in. We went and did some paranormal investigations last night at the old Adelaide jail. So this party people got home, I think it was like 1:30 this morning.
Oh my goodness.
So
I can't do late nights anymore. It's not even drinking. If a late night, the other week I went to a wedding and I didn't drink because it was in McLaren Vale and I had to get back home. And so I got home at about 1:00, I think. And yeah, the next day I was completely wrecked. Like I hadn't even had one drink the entire night. And I had to have a Barocca, 2 hydrolytes, and a Gatorade in order just to like feel normal again. And I was like, this is just from a late night. I'm getting old, man.
It's funny, isn't it? And it's crazy because I'm the same. Lately I need my 9-10 hours sleep, which is usually I run on 5 or 6 sort of thing. But even going out last night to head there, I had to go and get petrol. And I think I'd had a litre of Gatorade earlier in the day, and I bought myself another bottle as well. And it was the same thing. It was like I was preparing myself for that 4 or 5 hour stint of ghost hunting sort of things. So, but it was great. It's worth all the aches and pains and the tiredness today.
Yeah.
So I was saying she forgot about it as well.
I'm wearing my green t-shirt. They are my pajamas, but that's fine. I've had a cheeky Irish whiskey.
Oh, yum.
So yeah, that's probably helping my week along.
Beautiful. I love it. We've got to do what we've got to do, I reckon.
Yeah.
So,
And your week's been okay otherwise?
It's been hectic. I can't believe we're on the last week of the Fringe sort of thing. So when I'm doing the 4 weeks of the Fringe, because it's 10 shows over the 4 weeks. 5 weeks. 5 weeks. We've been 4 weeks. This is the 5th week. I sort of pace myself a little bit. So I try to sort of nurture myself a little bit more through it because it does get quite exhausting sort of thing. Some shows are worse than others, like more exhausting than others is probably the better way that I should put it. But yeah, no, it's been a hectic week. So I think you've just frozen there, hun. Ros is just saying that she's happy to get 6 hours sleep a night, and these beautiful. Excellent. All right. Well, Jen seems to be frozen here on my end. I might just say, sorry, Jen, I might have to catch you next time. It doesn't seem to be changing on my end. So I will just drop you down as well. All right. Well, I might just leave it there for tonight. We have gone over. Where does that? Well, it's been an hour and a quarter. Where does that time go? It does fly quite quickly as well. So I want to just remind people, take some time out, nurture yourself, allow yourself that time just to breathe and ground yourself and focus on what it really is that you want. Let's stop dreaming. Let's start taking action and make things happen, because when we lean into that energy, that's where the magic's going to happen. That's where we're going to bend time and really make things move through that we are wanting. All right. So I wish you all the leprechauns. Thanks, Ross. Okay, Jen's not sure what happened there, but yeah, beautiful things, son. All right, so I will leave you with that. Take care of yourselves. Take some time for yourselves as well, and I send lots of healing to those that are in need of it, and love to everybody. And I will see you very soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.